past few years, we've been providing agencies with support in developing action plans. So action plans are based on looking at the data. What does the data suggest that a particular agency's problems lie in?
We had issues regarding communications, employee engagement, that type of thing, relative to the scores, to the survey, the FEVS survey.
We take this seriously. We're not here, this is not a show. This is the beginning of something we're committed to and we're going to work on. I have no illusions that it's going to change the world entirely, but I do think it can make this a better workplace.
Is it leadership? Is it training and development? Is it pay? Where are those issues within that agency? Then that helps us facilitate workshops where employees come up with ideas that can be implemented in the short term and the long term to improve the level of satisfaction within those particular areas.
So when that came out, the scores, they weren't so good. They weren't too bad, but they weren't so good. And that's when it was decided that the Partnership for Public Service was where 12 individuals were going to go to get trained in facilitation training, which that's what we did, and that's where we're at now.
Sure, at BBG, we've looked at the data. Then we held workshops with about 20 to 30 employees in each workshop to look at what are some of the root causes for dissatisfaction at BBG. What would be some of the quick wins or some solutions that they may be able to, management may be able to implement?
When our action team leads were announced, there was negativity amongst staff. But how we have rectified that problem is by implementing employee-led improvement teams, where now the employees have taken the reins.
We've all got to take responsibility for the quality of this workplace. Managers, yes. The people who work here also.
As everyone said, this is not going to be something that's going to be transformed overnight, but I think it's a solid first step toward showing you the seriousness of purpose here.
And I think BBG is at the very beginning of this process. You've got the quantitative data. You know where the rankings are for BBG. You now have qualitative data that can be acted on, and now the action plans have to be implemented.
Management wasn't getting their say down to employees, and employees weren't getting their concerns up to management. So although we did have our workshops where staff got to say, this is how we feel, this is what's going on with us, there still needed to be an added component where we could take the face-to-face, not just the executive summary of what came out of the workshops, but some more face-to-face time.
Across government, there are some universal truths about employee satisfaction and commitment. And regardless of your organizational structure or the mission of your agency, if you have accountability, transparency, and effective communication, you can make effective change and improve employee satisfaction and commitment wherever you work.
As I said, I'm very heartened by this. I'm glad and grateful for this turnout. This is hopefully a new era at BBG in the way we do business, and we're going to try to make things change.